This is Color Theory Notes, Part 2. Let's look at our two color wheels for subtractive and additive. As we remember last time, the additive color model takes from black to white as we mix red, green, and blue together. The subtractive color model goes from white to black, mixing cyan, magenta, and yellow. Our secondary colors are made up by mixing two primaries together. So red and green equal yellow. Tertiary colors are obtained by mixing a primary and a secondary color. This is true for either color wheel as we go around. Let's go ahead and switch on over to Photoshop and look at our tints and shades. Tints and shades are made up when you add white and black to our most pure colors of the color wheel. Our shades and our tints. You will spend the vast majority of your time as a graphic artist with the work you do and the coloring that you do in tints and shades. This is where you'll make your money. Very little of the color we see in our world, less than 1%, is a true value that you see in the middle, a true pure color. 99% of the color we see is here or here. Some value of a tint or a shade. A tone is the pure colors added in with both black and white. It's just to what degree the black and white are in the color. The closer we go to the center, the more black and less white there is, and the farther away we go, the more white and the less black that there is. It's very important to understand the impact of tints and shades and tones in the work that we will do. Hopping back to Illustrator, let's go ahead and look at some different color schemes. The achromatic color scheme is simply grayscale. Different shades of gray, black. There is zero color with this. So really that's all you need to know, is that the achromatic scale is grayscale. Complementary colors are opposite on the color wheel. It doesn't matter where they are as long as it is a direct opposite of the color across from it. You have to be careful with complementary colors when you use them in your work, because if you use both of these colors at their most pure value, they tend to fight for your eye's attention and can really be hard on them. So you want to be very careful, even when using these two colors by themselves, that one does not overpower the other. This is where your tints and shades and tones come in, and you can figure out with practice how they work together. The next set is triad. This is any three colors in a triangle pattern with three gaps in between along the color wheel. The trick to triad and further color schemes that have more than two is you really need to pick one color of your three or four that is going to be the dominant color in your scheme. Once you've established which one of these colors is the dominant, then you can use the other two with tints and shades and tones to complement it. Because if you use these three in equal amounts or with the same value, it's going to be trouble for your eyes, and it's just going to look very tense and very overwhelming. Analogous colors have the benefit of being seen a lot by our eyes because they are in nature. Analogous colors are three colors in a row on the color wheel. It doesn't matter what colors they are as long as they're in a row. Let me turn on the color wheel to give you another example. Yellow, orange, and red could possibly be a fall day. Could be a fire. Purplish blue, blue and light blue, ice, water, snow, the Arctic. These are colors that we naturally see together. The big downside with analogous colors is that there's not a lot of variation. there's not a lot of contrast. You're not really going to get another type of color in with this set. So you really have to plan ahead with what your composition is going to be and look like so that you can get the most out of your shades and tints and tones. Okay, let's move on to clashing colors. Clashing colors just want to make your eyeballs scream. They are almost complementary colors, except they're one off on either side. You really won't use clashing too much in graphic design unless a client specifically for some reason requests it. There's just not much that these colors can do together besides just fighting for attention no matter what tone they are. Beware. Monochromatic is a single color, as you see here, that has been split into its purest hue and then with a shade and a tint. So you're taking one color and you're putting shades and tints to create a composition. Neutral colors, whatever hue you choose for your neutral color, you are going to take the complement of that color and the color black in order to neutralize it. And what we mean by neutralizing is to bring it down a peg, to rein it in a bit, to make it less loud and more pleasing to the eye. As you can see in this example, the complement to pink is green. So what they've done is taken the purest pink color and they've inserted about 40% of this green into that shade. Let me zoom in. For this one, they've taken this pure color and they've inserted 40% of a shade into it. So we have the purest hue, this color plus 40% green, this color plus 40% black. Again, to neutralize a color, you are taking whatever hue you choose, adding in about 40 to 50% of its complement color, and then adding in about 40% or 50% of a black. These are separate. Do not add the complement and then add the black later. Split complementary is like clashing with our green and pink, except we're adding the color on the other side. Strangely enough, split complementary colors actually work very well together with the addition of the third color. Research has actually shown that it actually is more pleasing to the eye and less tense than just a straight up complement across. Again, like with any other color scheme, you're going to want to pick one of these three colors wherever they are on the wheel, make it the dominant color, and have the other two complement it. Now we have rectangle, which is two sets of complement colors separated by one space. Here to here, here to here. Doesn't matter where they are as long as there's that gap in between. With rectangle, you get a really large contrast in colors. As you can see on this side, we have warm colors. On this side, we have cold colors. And they can work really well together, being where they are on the color wheel and how far apart that they are. You just want to make sure that they don't overpower each other. Last but not least, we have the square color scheme, which is again two complementary colors in a square pattern with the three gaps in between. Again, as with any other set of colors, you're going to want to pick one to be the dominant and the three to back it up with tints and shades and tones. This has been Color Theory, Volume 2. I look forward to seeing you again for Volume 3.